Mike with Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing the Circus by Bag Brothers. Let's go and dive in, break these bags down. As always, we'll start with materials. Slow side, this is a hybrid material. It's one of the more popular hybrid materials out there. Same slow side you'd find on the Viper R, the Swagbags Chaos, the AAR Ripper, Killer Bees Armite, the Reynolds Thunder. I can go down the list. There's a lot of bags that use this material. Again, it's very popular, and for good reason. It's a wonderful material. It's extremely hole-friendly. It has some control to it. It plays well in all weather conditions. I call it a 5.5 speed. Brand new, it's going to play more like a 6, 6.5, but as you break it in, it starts to soften up, it fuzzes up, it gets down. I think it plays more like that 5.5, maybe slightly to the 6, but 5.5 speed on the slow side. Fast side, this is that Viper Pro Sniper fast side material. It's a 9 speed. It's great for pushing and collecting up blocks, blowing up piles, cleaning up mess on the boards, slides of the board in any condition. So 5.5, 9 speed for these bags here. It's the same exact material combination that you find on the Viper R or the Pro Sniper Elites, Reynolds Thunder, AAR Ripper, Killer Bees Armite, Swagbags Chaos. Template-wise, this is where it starts to vary from a lot of other bags. This is I almost want to call it a small template bag. It's medium, but it's on the small, right on that edge between medium small for me. So it feels like a smaller template bag, which gives the bag a much fuller hand feel to it. It's a medium amount of fill in here, but because it doesn't have that medium to large template, it feels fuller, gives the bag a wonderful hand feel. You've got a lot of fill to grab a hold of. You can really lock the bag down. There's no flop or slop in the bag whatsoever. It doesn't have a ton of flop to it. So there is some flop, but it is not floppy by any means. Again, I would call it more on the full side than the floppy side if I was talking about that. The fill in here is a mixed fill. I really like the fill that Bag Brothers puts in here. It gives the bag some forgiveness, but it still has a lot of control and movement and really makes this bag more suitable for the shot shaper. If you like to throw cuts, rolls, flops, I think this bag really shines in that area. It's better for that dirty style gameplay, whereas a lot of these bags that have this hybrid material are suited more for running bags in the hole. I find these are really set up for that dirty style bag play. You can really create a lot of chaos on the boards and still find ways to get around it. These bags in particular do not have a stamp on them, but you can get these with the TCL stamp if you play in the TCL. Those are available. Let's go ahead and jump in and talk more about playability on the Circus, and it's a versatile bag. You can get up there if you want to, and you can run bags in the hole. As I mentioned, this slow side is very hole friendly, fast side extremely hole friendly. So you can get up there, run bags in the hole, put your 4 bags in, outscore your opponent. You can do that, from round to round and just try to outlast them, and it definitely does well at that. But where this bag shines is in the dirty style gameplay, whether it's you playing it or your opponent playing it. This bag just offers you a ton of options in the shot shaping side of it with the cuts, rolls, flops. I've thrown a lot of bags that have this R style hybrid material on it. This is probably the best or at the top of the list for bags that are able to cut, roll, and flop with that material on it. And it has a lot to do with the template size and the type of fill and the fullness of it. I can really make some really harsh, aggressive cuts. I could play this more like a traditional carpet bag, but I had the hole friendliness of this hybrid material, so it didn't hang on the hole. It got into the hole it was going to go in. But you had the ability to throw blockers up there. You got the control to put your blockers up there wherever you want to put them. And because the bag is not floppy, it's very easy to collect. You're coming down, you're clipping a corner. It's not going to accordion up. You're clipping a corner, you'll take them in. I will say with playing a dirty style game, because the template is not a big template, you got to be a little more precise when trying to collect. Otherwise, you might kind of sneak by it. But it does give you the ability to get around bags. If it's your opponent's blocker up there, you have the ability to get around it because it isn't a big bag. You can kind of sneak around, sneak in those tight spaces, split bags pretty easily with this. But if you're trying to collect your bag, you just got to be a little more precise, make sure you're catching that corner. But you can clip in a corner, you'll take it in. Plenty fast on the fast side to come through and take a bag and ride a bag, a level 3 or level 4 blocker, ride it all the way up into the hole, no problem whatsoever. Because they're not big, even though they're on the full side, because they're not big, I didn't have problems with them clogging the hole. Typically, fuller bags become hole cloggers and they'll bunch up because they don't have enough flop, they don't fold up enough. But because this bag doesn't have that larger template, I had no problem pushing through multiple bags and having them drip in the hole really well. And as I mentioned, if you love this material, but you're trying to get more in that dirty style game and you're trying to practice your cuts, rolls, and flops, I think this bag is great at that. Really, really phenomenal. Like I said, I was able to make really aggressive cuts with it. It's an easy bag for rolls and flops because of the action it has. It has a little bit of movement, a little bit of bounce to it. It's really great for that. And if you're trying to learn to do it, I think you can learn. So this is a bag that you don't have to be a skilled player in the shot shaping side of it. If you're trying to learn or if you're average at it, I think you can have success with this bag and still have the hole friendliness, right? And that's where I think the bag really stands out. Is typically when you have bags that have the control and you have bags that are great for shot shaping, they tend to have a stickier, slow side material in there because you want a bag that's going to grip and grab and allow the bags to move or shape the shots you want. And those bags are not very hole friendly. But you're not sacrificing hole friendliness to get the shot shaping with the Psycho Circus. I absolutely love that about the bag. Now for me, I think where I like to play this bag and where I found most success with the bag was not really with me playing a style game, but my opponent. When my opponents were on blockers up there, I loved this bag because I just had options for getting around with those cuts. You know, the cuts around, the get arounds, I had enough speed to push through. I could blow their bags out of the way. It left me a lot of options, and I really enjoyed playing against that dirty style game with this bag. So I wasn't necessarily putting blockers up myself, but I had the ability and the options to maneuver around the blockers that my opponent was putting up there. And then that's where the bag shined. That's where I had the most success with the bag. That's where I think if you're looking for a bag, maybe you're playing in your league or you struggle when you play against players who play a dirty style game and players who throw a lot of blockers, but you're looking for a bag to help you kind of combat that or counteract that. I think these Psycho Circus are what you're looking for because they do a phenomenal job at that. And they still give the options to play the dirty style dirty round when you want to here or there, or throw that third bag blocker when you need to from here to there to manufacture points. Or if you just want to run bags in the hole, you have the versatility to play across all of it. It just gives you a ton of options. And again, it's a bag that if you're kind of that player, you don't like a sloppy, floppy bag. You want a bag that's fuller. You want a bag that has a nice amount of fill that you can really get a good grip on. That's what this bag offers to you. It offers you all the playability and forgiveness of this R-style hybrid material, but you don't have that loose floppiness that a lot of people hate about that bag. So definitely, I think, in fact, this is, if I were to compare this to any of the ACL stand bags, for those of you who play ACL, this bag reminded me a lot of the Viper RS, that smaller template Viper that they put out, but this is a full weight bag. The Viper RS I didn't like because it was lightweight, and I noticed that just didn't like the way it played. This is that bag, but it's at the full weight. It's what I think that bag should have been. So it's really a better version of Viper RS. If you throw the Viper RS, you like it. Maybe you don't like how lightweight it is. I think you're gonna love this like a Psycho Circus. Definitely recommend giving it a try. Leaves me in availability, and Bag Brothers has a website, bagbrotherscornhole.com. As always, I'll put a link down in the description for you guys. They offer these bags on their website. You can get the non-stamp version, and they're regularly $60. At the time recording this, they had them on sale for $55. So $55, $60 for these. $10 shipping from them through the website, so it's $65 to $70 shipped to you. Phenomenal price for a set of bags, high quality bags at that low price point. Definitely recommend checking them out. If you play in the TCL, as I mentioned, you can get these with the TCL stamp. You have to purchase those through the TCL website. I'll put a link in the description for you guys for that as well if you want to go there and buy them. They were $95 to TCL. It was $12 shipping there, so it was $107 shipped from the TCL. So if you don't play in the TCL, highly recommend going to bagbrotherscornhole.com and just buying the non-stamp version. But if you need the TCL stamp, you can go purchase that if you need to. But otherwise, if you've thrown these bags at Psycho Circus, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you like, what you don't like about these bags. Always love hearing you guys' opinions. As always, I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.